Here with University of Minnesota Crookston head men's basketball coach Jeff Oseth. Just talking a bit about John Hughes. Kind of a unique story of a player that you guys brought in this year. 28 years old. He's been around the block a few times. Been, construction jobs, wildland firefighting, but really wanted to chase his dream of basketball. Just kind of talk first how you first kind of got in touch with John.
Well, assistant coach Dave Jackson had seen him play down in California out in a junior college thing. So that was the first time we knew about John. And just kind of kept him on the back burner, just wasn't sure how things were going to work out for us or what was going to work out for him. And just kind of stayed on top of John and got to know him. And, I was a little apprehensive at first as well. Not sure what a 28-year-old guy could, if he could handle, being around a lot of young players, and especially with the group we got with all these new guys, how it was going to work. But I just had a gut feeling about John that, I think, the more I talked to him, that this was going to be a good fit. It's going to be a good fit for him. It was going to be a good fit for us. It was going to be a good fit for the school, all those kinds of things. And just felt really good about it. And, we were a little concerned, or at least I was, about that position. One of the players that we recruited had really tore up his knee really bad in the fall, or the fall of last year. So we were a little concerned if we had enough depth there. And the more I got to know John, and I thought, I think this is a gamble worth taking. And at this point, it's been really good.
Just talk about the impact a guy like that has. Having a 28-year-old with a young squad, 11 newcomers, a lot of them being freshmen, 18, 19-year-old kids that he's got 10 years on. How has he been in the whole, just, helping them mature and kind of realize, what college is all, or,
Yeah.
What life is all about more than anything?
Yeah. From my standpoint, I don't realize he's 28 years old.
Yep.
He's a guy with a uniform out there that has to have the same exact things that we're all doing, that needs to be on time, that needs to do all the things that you ask your college players to do. But this is a grind, and they got to come at it every day. And I told him that in the recruiting process is that, you're not going to be treated any differently than an 18-year-old guy here, so the rules stay the same. And he more than understood that. But the best part about it is, when you've had real world experience and fighting forest fires and working construction and slinging a hammer and all those things, those are good jobs. But when you get an opportunity to come back, he's never late for practice. He's always on time. He understands the opportunity that he has here. I think he does, and I think that rubs off on some of the younger guys. That when you're 18, you're 18, and he was 18 at one point too.
Yep.
And sometimes you don't see past Friday. Or I think when you've been through some things, you understand that there's more to this whole thing, and I think some of that time rubs off on the other guys as well.
Yeah, just talk about what John brings on the court. High energy player, a guy that seems like, when he's in, he's going to give everything he possibly has, and he's going to, I know a quote he says is he wants the other opponent, the guy he's playing against, to remember his name and remember who he is, and he's going to give him everything he's got. Just kind of touch on that and just that impact he has for you off of the bench.
Yeah, from a player standpoint, John's unique in a lot of ways. One is his attitude, one is his age, one is his ability as a basketball player. He brings a tremendous amount of energy. He brings some physicalness that we need. Sometimes he's got to tone it down a little bit, but for the most part, you don't want that edge to be gone either, because you want him to play at a certain level.
Yep.
And he's able to do that. And when he comes and either starts or comes off the bench, whatever his role may be, we need him to provide that energy. And he's, he shoots the ball relatively well. When he's going to the boards, he rebounds well. He's physical, where he takes some pounding and he can deliver some pounding. So just those kinds of things are invaluable especially for a young team.
Okay, awesome. Thanks.
All right.